What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's time for episode 15 of Tigers Franchise. I last left y'all on opening day, a big loss in Anaheim against the Angels, and now here we are on June 30th in a dead heat with the Minnesota Twins. We're actually 1 percentage point behind, but it's a tie in the standings, 42 and 35 for them, 43 and 36 for us. It's been a wild ride to get here. After you saw that opening day loss, it didn't really get much better. We lost 3 straight, 3 of 4 in LA before coming home. Then we sweep Arizona. Okay, great, back on track immediately. But then we dropped 2 of 3 in Cincy, 2 of 3 in Cleveland. Trip to Ohio goes terribly. I mean, what's new there? Who wants to ever go to Ohio? Tough to say that as somebody from Detroit, though, so whatever. The Yankees then sweep us at home, but then we bounce back to sweep Atlanta. We take 2 of 3 in Toronto, so I'm like, okay, now we're turning it around, and then immediately lose 3 straight to Boston, in Boston. So add it all up, and it's an 11 and 14 April. And I'm like, whew, this is not good, but it's a month. And you know that we're not going to freak out over a month. And rightfully so, because things really started to turn in May and June, as you'll eventually see. And obviously you could have figured, because we started 11 and 14 and we're 43 and 36, and some of y'all can immediately do that math in your head. And I mean, I'm one of those people, but I'll let y'all figure it out. We take 3 of 4 from Toronto at home. We drop 2 of 3 against Cleveland at home, but then we head out to St. Louis. We drop 2 of 3. Okay, when's the turnaround coming? 3 of 4 in KC. By the way, I like that, St. Louis, KC right by each other. Cleveland, Cincinnati, we play both at home. I always get so annoyed, even though I shouldn't, when we play the 2 teams that are close to each other and one's home, one's away. I'm like, what? In my Vancouver series, we'll play in San Francisco and then Oakland will play us in Vancouver. I'm like, why don't we just stay in the Bay Area and play 6 there? Anyway, LA gets us again for 2 of 3. Then we take 2 of 3 against the White Sox at home and sweep KC. That's when we really started to, okay, now we put something together, maybe? No. 2 of 3 in Chicago, but then we take 2 of 3 at Minnesota. So it's still, there's more up than down here, right? Because we got a few sweeps mixed in. We really owned KC this month when we take 6 of 7. So that certainly helped. And all of a sudden you're looking at a 17 and 12 month. I got to be honest, going through those series, it didn't feel like that. But yeah, when you take 3 of 4 twice and get the 3-game sweep, that really does help kind of get 5 games over. Then we jump into June, and you can see it was the wraparound series against the Twins, which we ended up losing. So we did go 2 and 2 in Minnesota there, but then take 3 straight from Texas when we get home, and 2 of 3 from Minnesota. Then we head out to Tampa Bay. We take 2 of 3. Philly comes to our place. We take 2 of 3. By the way, we lost the first game of both of those, and that's always nice to rally for the 2 straight. Then we jump out to Colorado, and we go 1 and 2, which was a bummer. Keep the road trip going into Houston, and we lose 2 of 3, including a tough one, 4-3 and 10. Then we pound them 9-0, and then we get pounded 7-0. Come home to face Oakland, take 2 of 3, take 2 of 3 against Baltimore, and here we are, 15 and 10 again. Going through it, didn't feel like we were 5 to the plus there, but I guess no, this one more feels like it, because we open with the sweep and then 3 straight series wins. So yeah, that one definitely feels more like, okay, we're doing well. Bottom line is, we're back on track. Here's the thing though, I am a little nervous about the team just in general. We have fixed our balance a little bit through 2 months. We were on the old great pitching, pretty bad hitting. The hitting has come around, and obviously as the performance has changed, that's not surprising. The pitching's finally getting support. So I do feel better, but I still think we might need an impact bat. We have made some changes. I got a little frustrated, and I mentioned this. I kind of hinted at it last episode, and I did it. I got us a new scouting director. We have Glenn O'Donnell. Mark Connor fired. Now we have 4 greens. All 4 things are green. 3 excellents, major leagues, international, and amateurs, and then scout minor leaguers is good, and it's highly favors tools instead of just favors tools. Now I don't know if that's going to change everything or not, But the simple fact is, this is the profile I'm better accustomed to. And, maybe we needed some other personnel changes in addition to this, but this was the first step here. Downside, of course, is you lose all your scouting, so you got to get everyone re-scouted. And it was relatively close to the draft that I did this, which might have been stupid, but I was ready to do it. It was kind of early to mid-ish June. I want to say like around June 10th, June 12th. So I think we're going to be okay with the draft. I have been trying to get guys scouted. Oh yeah, there we go. See, we still got a bunch of averages here that I do have to get some later round guys scouted. What's his task list looking like? Oh yeah, see, he's got a lot of work to do, and it's all draft stuff, but it's cutting it close. He's probably not going to get to some of these guys in time, and that's okay. It was a risk I was willing to take, even though it does, maybe hinder us a little bit in the mid and late rounds of the draft. And so that was one big change that we made with regards to front office. Lineup wise, we didn't go out and make any trades. Spoiler alert. No big trades have been happening, but let's take a look at how the team's been doing. We've dealt with multiple injuries this year, including one to Javier Baez, a big one to him. He's still on rehab from that. We're kind of letting him max out down there. It's not like, I wouldn't say we're really missing him. I'm just being honest. I'm sorry, and that's tough, but I gotta be honest. We obviously weren't missing him, but we did lose other guys. Ronnie Enriquez is working his way back from a hamstring strain. He's been excellent. We'll get to him when we go through the pitching. Elpidio Perez, really need to talk about him because he's had a incredible season, just the way things have worked. And we lost him kind of right as things were hitting a peak, so glad to have him on rehab. He'll be back soon. And then there was a hitter who got, let's get into the hitters, and I'll talk about that other injury there. So at catcher, we still have Dingler and Delay, and there's their numbers. Delay's been great in the backup role, but it's 67 plate appearances. I'm not going to give him more playing time based on a 422 BABIP. Dingler's at a 74 WRC plus. He's still a plus WAR because of his defense. Look, these guys are here to play good defense. If they add anything with the bat, it's a bonus. If they, don't fall completely on their face and put up like a 400 something OPS, we're good. 648, okay. 795 for Delay is obviously excellent. That BABIP will come down. If he's in the 600s as well, we live with it. That's just the approach that we take. Absent getting somebody like Adley, which we did in my Vancouver Cougars series on Twitch, then we're going for defense only. I'm not even that worried about it. It's kind of the top of the mountain or straight to the defensive piece. Torque's been a story, y'all. He's developing. Now, part of that might just be the new guy, but April's report is Mark Connor, and then Glenn O'Donnell comes in and says, no, I think he's even better. Look at the contact and power both going up after the power went up in April. Is he finally coming along? The stats say so. 145 WRC plus for Torque, 1.6 WAR with 15 bombs. He hit 19 all of last year. So that power is coming through. It is really nice to see. Obviously, I'm a huge Torque fan in real life, and I really want to see him come together in our sim. It was looking pretty dicey early. That first 2023 season, I'm not that worried about. And I was like, okay, he's got to improve on it though. And he basically spit out the same season, but he's finally getting into his potential. He's kind of at the peak now. There's 5 extra gap that he might be able to get into. We'll see if that comes. But now I think he's arriving. I really, really hope that's the case. McKinstry's been backing him up. McKinstry has been out of the lineup. And the main reason is our second baseman is Jace Jung. Now, Jace Jung unfortunately came up and immediately got hurt. I don't even know how many games he had. Let's see. Got hurt on 5/20. So, yeah, 2 weeks, gets hurt, and I'm like, great. And he wasn't doing a whole lot, so it wasn't really, oh no, we lost this great bat. It was just frustration because he had replaced an injury. He had replaced Baez, and then he immediately gets hurt. I'm like, gosh, okay, well, that's how this is going. But since returning, he's been raking. 142 WRC plus and 76 plate appearances. Really eager to see what Jace Jung can do. He's 55s down the line except for a 40 avoid K. That's not a bad bat. The Ks you can live with, and right now he's at 19%. That's not even a problem. I got no issues with that. So Jace Jung looking pretty solid right now, and he's a new part of our lineup. We got Bregman over at third. He's doing fine. He's kind of putting out the same season that he had last year. It's okay. It's okay. He's been great against lefties and pretty modest against righties, to the point where I think we need to make a lineup change here with where he's batting. I think Jace Jung is going to jump to the top of the line there. I think we'll leave Bregman at number 1 against lefties. We'll let him get up there instead of number 4. Is he even hitting for power against lefties? Oh, yeah, he is. I mean, so he was fine at 4, but we'll move him to 1 there. We'll get Green batting third. Yeah, we'll go with that against lefties. But okay, so Jace Jung's going to go to the leadoff spot. That's going to be really fun to see how that goes. We got Adamas over at short, playing better. 120 WRC plus, already 2 wins. Power's up. He's hitting well. Will it continue? We'll see. Obviously, we hope, but a 329 BABIP is pretty high from where he's been living. I mean, he's been pretty firm. 278, 276, 279, up to 329. I hope it holds. I do obviously hope it holds. But right now, he's been great. Akil Baddoo, mostly playing against righties, has put up nice 25 plate appearances against lefties, but, you know, who cares about that? Because it's such a small sample, is all. He's doing okay against righties, 92 WRC plus for Baddoo. Add it all up, he's a 96 and about 1 win of value. Okay, that's fine. Parker Meadows is in center, and his defense needs to carry him, and right now it's keeping him afloat. It's keeping him even here as a player at 0.0 WAR. You know, this bat obviously isn't great, and so he needs to be able to do enough defensively to deliver value, and I guess he's just not really doing that right now. He is bouncing around too, left, center, and right. He's been playing kind of all over because Mendoza's not in the lineup, because he has a bat that's better, right? You can see that gap there. There's a path for him to be a positive bat. It just hasn't been happening. So I moved Meadows into the starting lineup and Mendoza into the every other game situation. We'll take Baddoo's games off here so that it's just Mendoza and Meadows right now, but neither's been great. And then Green, of course, has been Riley Green. 3 wins already, 16 bombs, 146 WRC plus. He's a beast. And I'm so glad that he's awesome. Now he and Torque kind of being that 1-2 punch. That's to say nothing of Watanabe, because he's having a rough season, y'all, after the big breakout rookie campaign. Don't forget, though, 27-year-old rookie. So at age 28, you know, we're kind of already in that interesting zone where things don't necessarily keep going up or even necessarily holding firm, and the Ks and the lack of contact have come back to bite him. He has a minus 0.9 WAR, 29% K rate, 204 BABIP, and those things are, you know, the BABIP and the strikeout rate are collaborating for the really rough season right now. Simple fact is, we're not going to give up on him. We don't really have the option to, for one. Like, he's too good to do that, but we're going to go ahead and do a move down for him as well. He's going to go to the 5 spot. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go straight up 6 spot with it. We're going to move him down a bit, take a little pressure off of him. I wonder, you know, is there anything with him DHing? There is a 10% penalty. Offensively, obviously, this is way more than 10%. It's like a 50% penalty, but maybe we need to get him on the field a bit more. And he and Jace, I mean, Jace is not great defensively either. So let's try that. Let's just have them trade off a bit. Put him every second. And then Jace will back him up there. And so they'll just kind of switch defensive spots. And we'll see if that helps. Kevin Alcantara has been called up, and he's been okay. 93 WRC plus. He came up, I think he just came up for Veerling. It wasn't even an injury. I was like, can we infuse the offense a little bit? Because he was raking in AAA. I was trying to parlay that into something. It didn't really materialize, but all in all, I'm happy that he's up. He's been fine. And so I think the bottom line on the lineup is, like I mentioned, it's improved. As I was watching each month, it's definitely going up and up. Let's see. Let's look. Let's go May. In May, Green, McKinstry, Adames, Delay for his 30 plate appearances, and Watanabe and Badu were great. Jace Jung, that was when he struggled, of course. Now let's go June. And then you got Torque, who's blazing hot. Jace Jung came back to earth, or came on fire. Adames, still good. Bregman, better. Arias. Oh, yeah, Arias has been in a super backup role, and he's an 88 WRC plus, 0.7 WAR. This is fine. This is what we expect out of a super util guy who can hit a little bit. Green and Alcantara have been fine in June. So has McKinstry, Mendoza. Yeah, that's all fine. But then we got 4 greens down here, and green means they're in the starting lineup. So you got Dingler, Meadows, Badu, and Watanabe. This is where Watanabe's numbers have really plummeted. Actually, no. This isn't even his worst month. So he started like this. April was this bad. May was great. June has been horrendous. So he's had some major highs and some major lows. He had 10 bombs in May. And that's the thing. He still has 19 homers. That's why he's not coming out of the lineup. Maybe we don't even need to move him down to 6. We'll go 4. Or 5, I mean. You know, he gets maybe one less plate appearance every once in a while being moved down. And until we see him get back to who he is, let's give that extra plate appearance to Adames. You know, Jung, Torkelson, Green, Adames, that's kind of the guys that we trust right now. And we still trust Watanabe, but just moving him down. All right. So the hitting, I'm happy with the trajectory. We need Watanabe to get going. Wouldn't hurt to see Mendoza get into the 90s with his WRC plus. Especially if his full season number can get there, that would mean that he's bringing it up by playing at like a 100 something level for some time, you know? So that would certainly help too. I wonder if I should get him more PT. I think we'll do that. I mean, because we want him to be good. And yeah, like Meadows' defense is better because he's got that great arm. But Mendoza's bat is so much better. So we'll even put Meadows as the defensive replacement here in center. I don't want Riley Green having a defensive replacement. So that way even some of Mendoza's starts, maybe Meadows comes in late. By the way, having their names both be kind of similar, messing with me. Let's take a look at the pitching. Scooble. He's been doing his thing. He's been fine. It hasn't been amazing, but it certainly hasn't been bad. It started off really nice, 30 innings of a 3 ERA with a 0.9 whip, but then the whip's just gone haywire in May and June. 160, 137 are the two figures there. Home runs are back. You know, that used to be a big part of his early career troubles, and he's really stifled the homers of late, and that's why right now in real life, as you know, I'm recording this on November 24th, the day after Thanksgiving, his fantasy stock is through the roof. Everyone's excited that, you know, I think more people right now probably see him as a real life 55 movement, if you want to put it in OOTP terms, and maybe even like 60, 65 stuff. So if he's a 65, 55, 60, that's frontliner, and that's why he's going top 20 starters in baseball, and I don't have a problem with it. You know, health is an issue, but health is an issue with every single pitcher. There's no such thing as a healthy pitcher. Like certain guys, when you look back, yes, they stay healthy their whole career, but I'm talking about like predicting. You can't accurately predict anybody to stay healthy. And, you know, safety in pitching health is a myth when it comes to fantasy. But anyway, off my soapbox, Adrian Morejon, 3.17 ERA, 1.15 whip. He's been excellent. Now, he is on the tight end with that stamina. It's a 40 stam, but he is, I think, like an 80 pitch guy. Not even really. It kind of averages, yeah, probably averages about 80, 75 to 80, but it's pretty firm there. And so, I mean, you take what you get, because we even have the hook moved up a little bit. Maybe I could try a little bit more and see if that changes it. Obviously, I don't want him to pitch poorly either. We love what he's given us. When we build these deep bullpens, we can afford to have more of these guys. I will say, and I noticed this with our Vancouver Cougars. Sorry, my stupid mustache is like curling up and tickling me. And unnecessary info, I'm sorry. But anyway, I have a similar setup with my Cougars. And I do notice it a bit more in the playoffs where it's like, man, I really wish I had somebody that I could trust for 5+. Even though in playoff baseball, you think, well, you'll send a guy out there, 2 innings at a time because you're just trying to get the next out and, keep things going. Playoff baseball is different than the regular season. And I get that, but it is nice when you can just rely on somebody for 5 and feel good that they're going to at least get 5. That's not even a huge ask. And right now we got some 4s. We got some 4 guys out there, including Morion, consistently under 5 or just at. Jackson Jobe, 2.37 ERA, 1 flat whip. Now he's even fewer innings. Now that's a bit more by design though. I have him 90 pitches, 18 batters faced. He's at 55 stamina. It might be time to take the reins off. Let's take a look. 68 pitches, 86, 65, 82. Kind of an up-down 50 on that one. That one he got knocked around though. So, very consistent 5 and dive, or not even very consistent because he's under 5 is what plenty as well. He's great when he pitches, but you just know around that 5 point, things are going to start to cool. But he's got 55 stamina, so I think we take off the reins and we see what he can do. I like the intentional walk. I don't like the intentional walk at all. There's select scenarios where I'm okay with it, but I don't like bunting on offense, and I don't like intentional walk. I don't want to give away outs, and I don't want to give up free bases if I don't have to. Again, base open, stud coming up, clown behind him, or platoon advantage behind him. I get it. I'm not saying never. Bunting, I have such a narrow outlook on when I'll actually sack bunt that you might as well turn that shit all the way down on my players. Anyway, Andy Ashby, 4.16 ERA, 155 whip. So kind of like Scuba, where the whip is just so high. We got that pitch around tuned down, hoping he can attack guys, but he's still walking 11%. You pair that with a 365 BABIP after a league best 272 last year, and that's where the trouble is. He doesn't have to be down at 272, but if you add 4 points of walk rate and all this BABIP, well, there you go. So he certainly needs to be closer to 272 if he's going to walk 11%. At a 7% walk rate, his BABIP can be closer to like 300, and that's fine. So either way, we're sticking with him. I'm not too worried about it. He hasn't been amazing. He certainly hasn't been anywhere near bad either, though. Franklin DaCosta. Brought him up recently, and as you can see, he's only pitched 5 2/3. They were scoreless, by the way. But he was pitching out of the bullpen in AAA, and he wasn't even doing that well results-wise. 338 BABIP, I should say, and a 2 flat home run per 9 was a big part of the problem. I see a 20% strikeout minus walk, and I said, you know what? I'm going to put him in the rotation. No, originally I didn't want to put him in the rotation. That was when Enriquez got hurt, just so we're clear on that. But I figured I'll give him 2 times through, let the defense help him out, and see what we got. So far, so good with the first one, at least. Then you've got our 2 stoppers are now Angel Felipe, who's actually got nasty results. Very bad. 6.11 ERA, 152 whip. Has this recently happened? I knew he was not doing great through May because I saw his April. Like I checked in on him. I'm not asleep at the wheel here, but this is very recent in June. 9.53 ERA, 182 whip. Yikes. 356. I mean, the BABIP's been high all year. Is the defense garbage? No. Okay. How come it seems like every other guy we look at is running some crazy-ass exorbitant BABIP? I don't know. Is that like... Okay. Is that... Because I'm seeing a through line here with Ashby. Scooble doesn't have it. Is that part of the risk of doing the pitch around turn down, where they just attack so they give up more base hits? Because the reason you do that with high stuff, low control, you turn down the pitch around so they attack more. Don't nibble, just go at them. And ideally, they're going to register strikeouts and not have as bad of a walk rate. Well, his walk rate's down at 10%. I can live with that. But I wonder if, because I have it turned all the way down, is he attacking too much and just giving up base hits? I don't know. We'll move it up a couple clicks. 1, 2. And we'll see if that does anything. I think for now, we got to take him out of the leverage a little bit and just let him relax on El Felipe. Maybe Pearson goes back in there, because he served us well last year, and he's been solid this year. Now, his whip's a little bit high, too, because his walks have gone back up. Now, when he put up a 4% for us in 24 innings last year, I didn't buy that. You didn't buy that. None of us bought that. It was cool. Patted him on the back, said, good job, Nate. But that was not legit. So now it's up to 10%, which is, what I more expect. But his BABIP's up as well, 255 to 301. And guess what? I got that pitch around turned down. Okay, I'm starting to think maybe I overdo it with that. Could be small sample that I'm overrating, but I'm also wondering if maybe I just overdo it with that and I need to tone it down. He is our second best strikeout minus walk guy, though, so he is going to go into the stoppers role. His stamina is 35, so he's good. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit the mic there. And then he's already on high leverage. Brant Herter's our lefty stopper, and he's been amazing. 2.43 ERA, 0.97 whip. Finally a good BABIP, 2.52. Mr. Extreme ground ball with great control. Now I go the other way on his pitch around, of course, because with a high control guy and lower stuff, you're like, attack. You put the pitch around on, and because their control is so good, they're still going to throw a lot of strikes. Like, they're not actually going to really pitch around them just by virtue of the fact that their skills almost won't let them. So they'll attack, and ball will go and play. And with the extreme ground ball, our defense has been good. And there you go. We're getting results. So we'll see how that continues to go for Herter. Odaner Mosqueda, I think I had him. Didn't I have him in the stoppers role? I think so. And he's also had a disastrous June. Now, I took him out of the stoppers role before that, and oh my God, 477 BABIP this month. But yeah, I think he and Herter switched. And let me see his scouting again. He's lost control and stuff in the last 2 updates. So his ratings profile wasn't even as intriguing as it was when we scooped him off of waivers. He's very unhappy right now because of his performance. Good. At least he's looking internally. And for now, he'll just stay in the middle relief spot. Wilmer Flores came up. Major league debut, 12 2/3. Decent work out of the pen, not walking anybody. Love to see that, but not really punching many tickets either. 17% K rate. I mean, he's got a 50 stuff. Maybe we should lock him, turn up the pitch around a couple clicks there. See how that goes. Jackson Coar, guy we traded for. He's been okay. Is he having a bad June too? No, not really. Not really. Okay. Oh, actually his walk rate is. Okay. Because I was going to say, I had looked at maybe DFAing him earlier when I was trying to bring up Wilmer, and then Enriquez got hurt. Enriquez, DaCosta was for Enriquez. I forget. But I was looking at one point to possibly DFA Coar. And he had one of our better strikeout minus walk rates. And now I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, that's kind of pedestrian now. That's because of his June walk rate being through the roof. And then we got Joey Wentz, another lefty, who's been blah and has a huge BABIP. I did send somebody down. Who was that? Oh, yeah, Alex Lang. Alex Lang got sent out somewhat recently. And I think that might have been for Wilmer. And I was just like, he just hasn't been that good. And the ratings are solid, but I wanted to try somebody else. So I did. But we got some guys down here performing okay in AAA. What's the record? 40 and 35. Okay, our AAA is okay, but all of our other minor league teams probably suck again. Okay, the Erie Seawolves are 32-35. 30-39 for West Michigan is downright amazing after the record they've been putting up. Lakeland sucks. FCL sucks. And the Dominican leagues are okay. Okay, it's a little bit better. The performance is not the most crucial thing. Like, you can develop guys with bad performance. The problem is we're not developing anybody and the performance is bad. So I'm thinking maybe if the performance gets a little bit better, maybe some guys will start to come through. This has been a long-term struggle for me to get guys that, or to get minor league teams to perform well. I can usually develop guys. So that's why I know it doesn't 100% hinder you. But I do know that obviously you don't want that as far as development, because guys will get pissed, they'll start to get down on themselves, and it can go south. By the way, I don't think I've scouted anything from AA on with our new guy, except for maybe a couple key guys like Batanti, because of the draft. I gotta let him figure out the draft. I guess we have 1 day left with Baez in rehab, in rehab, different context, not fair to him. So let's get into this Texas series. We're heading out to Texas for a 4-game set and then Seattle. So nice road trip here. Texas is 40-39. Sorry, y'all, I recorded a podcast a little bit before this, and the old throat was working double time here on Black Friday. So I apologize if I sound like shit. Oh, Colt Keith is casually leading the NL in hitting, in batting average. Cool. No. That's fun. No, that's cool. No, that's chill. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Yeah. That's fine. The hell did we get for him? Gabriel Arias? Son of a bitch. Computer ripped us. Remember when I kinda high-key, low-key thought that we were ripping him? I guess not, huh? Gabriel Arias, I wanted the defense. He's been fine. I'm actually not mad at him or any of our guys. I'm not mad at all, he says, pounding the table. No, Jeremy De La Rosa's cooking in AAA. Look at that. He's on fire. And let's see what Christian Hamilton's up to. He's at rookie ball, and, he's at rookie ball. I mean, he's 19. We're not worried about it. But Colt Keith is cooking. I mean, he's got a real Jace Jung type profile. So that's the thing. Like, we have another Colt Keith already in Jace Jung. Still don't regret the deal. Good for Keith. My only regret there is I do like to keep some of the homegrown players and try to win with them. I mentioned this last episode. I think I mentioned it when I was trading Keith. And so now to see him just absolutely blazing hot and all out, all throughout these leaderboards, I'm a little annoyed. But in like a fun way. Like, oh, that's good that he's doing well, but also WTF. Anyway, off to Texas. So we've got Ashby going today. Do we want to limit him a little bit? So he has a heavy platoon. He does his best work against lefties by far. He loses 5 stuff and movement, which isn't that bad. Like, he shouldn't have that crazy of a split. But maybe we go... Well, let's see what Texas's lineup looks like. Let's get into this a little bit. So, their versus lefty lineup has 2 lefties atop the lineup, and then the third at the bottom. Everybody else is right or switch. So you got Seager leading off, and Travis Bazana. Oh, this guy's a beast. Wow. Okay. And they both have pretty heavy platoons, so that'll be good. But there's nothing else that we can really leverage there. We're gonna turn him loose. Let's go. Let's see what he can do. Go Ashby. Okay, Baez got to come back. We did know that. I guess. Dang, who do we send down? I didn't think about when this was gonna happen. I was like, that's later Paul's problem. That's tomorrow Paul's problem. Well, now it's today Paul. Yesterday it was tomorrow Paul's problem. I guess it's Alcantara. Actually, you know what? Maybe it's Mendoza. Maybe he can develop a little bit down there. He isn't performing well. His defense is good. But we don't need him up here right now. Could have been Arias since we're bringing up an infielder, but I remain steadfast and I'm not bothered with what he's doing. Like, it's in line with what I expected. AAA, by the way, Jeremy De La Rosa's cooking, as I mentioned earlier. Orelvis Martinez is at least hitting for a lot of power and has a pretty good OBP. He's doing pretty well. I just started letting Nick Madrigal play his role on the team. He's mad about it because I benched him for like most of the season till recently. I was like, okay, fine, you can play. I wonder if he's still a good captain when he's just livid. All right, Madrigal is no longer a captain. He hates everybody here because he never plays. All right, they got a lot of leadership, though. We don't even really need him. I'm going to cut him. Like, we don't need him taking time. I don't ever want him back in the majors for us. So, yeah, he gone. The team can be mad about that, but they're fine. I really brought him in for that because I didn't know what the team's chemistry was going to be looking like. But they got Isak Pacheco, who's a leader, who's a captain, Aliendo, Crouch, Olsen, who are leaders, Mendoza and Feliciano are spark plugs. They can all snuff out any problems that outspoken Ty Madden might have. Our major league team chemistry, we got Adames as a captain, Bregman and Scooble are leaders, Pearson's a spark plug. AJ Hinch, ooh, he's got some tough, bad relationships right now. That's not good. Watanabe, Scooble, even Kevin Alcantara, I got some hopes for as a prospect. And so that's a bummer that he doesn't like him either. Let's see what their respective coaches think. Hitting coach, Michael Berger. Torque, Badu, Green are his excellence. That's good. And then Watanabe's under good. Okay, good. Parker Meadows is the only one on average with Berger. Chris Fetter's our pitching coach still. He likes a bunch of the hitters. Good for him. And he's pretty medium on our pitching staff. Literally nobody in the good categories. That sucks. But he's legendary at development. He's only decent at pitching, though. I wish you could demote guys. Like, let's make him a AAA manager or something. Why is he only decent at developing pitching? That's kind of annoying. All right, let's see what the staff cohesion. Okay, they're loving each other. We got our Jacksons as our teachers here, Nick and Bo. And we got an ecstatic group. Okay, so all good there. Let's keep it going with this Texas series. We did win the game 6-3. Jace Jung taking to the leadoff spot nicely with a 3-for-4 afternoon. Ashby was excellent. Mosqueda did get knocked around again. So that's tough. Oh, Jace first faced Josh. I forgot. The brothers battling. All right. Do we move Baez back up? I don't think we did. I think it's going to yell at me again. Uh-oh, what's happening? Oh, it's the month changeover. Did I move Baez back up? I had to have, or else they would have yelled at me again. That's right. Okay, so Alcantara's backup center fielder. And Baez, he's chilling. You just hang, Baez. We'll let you know if we need anything. We'll let you know. We'll call you. We don't even have his number. Look, I talked about this last episode, I wish we could get some value out of that money. But it's spent. Like, there's no need trying to force it. He's just going to be here, making a bunch of money, and hopefully not causing any problems. He's still a good defender. We'll still get him. We'll still let him be the backup shortstop. But other than that, it's hard to have hopes for anything with him. Let's take a look at the player development report. Felipe's numbers go down a little bit for no reason. Okay, Dingler's up. Power. Torque. Another jump for Torque, y'all. Oh my God. Current contact and power go up. Overall goes from 50 to 55. Potential goes from 55 to 60. Y'all, Torque is coming together. Oh, this pleases me greatly. Oh, Watanabe. There's the hit for Watanabe. Listen, y'all. We could be in some trouble. Because if he's playing like this, he's not going to opt out. But we'll deal with it. Shit. I'm not losing faith. He's been excellent for 691 plate appearances, terrible for 345. Just because the 345 are more recent doesn't mean that they're more valid than the 691. McKinstry gets a little boost. Bregman drops a little contact, gets a little eye. It's fair trade. Parker Meadows gets a little pop. We'll take that. Take that extra 5 pop. Does come at the expense of his eye. Imagine if that was a 50 as well. If we can get like straight 50s, you know, get a little extra contact, eye, and discipline there. That's a big ask. But if you got 50s down the line with this defense, that could be a player. Like a player, like a 5-win type of guy. Alcantara gets contact and some defense. That's great. CD-ROM loses some stuff but gets some movement. David Peterson gets murked. Elpidio, Perez. Oh, I didn't even talk about him. Okay, we're going to call him back up here too. So, we started with him in the rotation. And let me just say, didn't go well. Where's the season start? Right here? Yes. So the problem was he doesn't have the stamina. And so, you know, he doesn't give up a ton of runs here. You're seeing a bunch of 2s. You're like, whoa, how terrible could it have gone? But if you're only throwing 3 innings, it's not that good. So it just wasn't working out. He had the great start in Boston, 5 innings of 1 hit ball. Cool. But I'm like, we need to shift this. This isn't working. Let's move him to the bullpen. So I did that, and things took off. 20 in the 3rd innings, .89 ERA, .84 whip. Hang on. That's including the minors. In the majors, .67 ERA, .90 whip in 13 innings with a 31 strikeout minus walk ratio, 31%. Huge. Just absolutely monstrous. So maybe should have done that from the jump, but you know, I like to take my shot on those 35 stamps. It didn't work. We're going to get him back in the majors here shortly. Jay Baez did improve quite a bit here, but it's Joel Baez, who is a pitcher in AA, and he jumps up a bunch. Lang loses some stuff, but gets some stamina. By the way, Elpidio gets some potential movement. Let's see here. Austin Murr with a nice jump. That's good. Aloe Vera with some jumps and some dips. Some nice jumps here from some guys that I don't really recognize. Dom Johnson, Andrew Jenkins, Javier Osorio. But Samuel Heel with a little boost. Batanti with some power potential jump. Okay, we can take that. How's his performance? All right, he's having a dreadful year at rookie ball. But he's not completely well, I almost said he's not completely unhappy when he's literally unhappy. But for his morale, everything's normal. It's just apparently that adds up to unhappy. I don't know, but it's fine. Christian Hamilton gets a little boost. Hippolyto Manos gets a nice jump in potential. Our new guy loves him. That's great. Shigoya gets a big hit though. That's all right. This is the drop from 100 to a 75 potential. I'm not too worried about that. We knew one of those was coming eventually. That just kind of level sets things, and now let's see. 75 is still an insane potential. So let's just keep that in mind. All right, so Perez. When did Perez get hurt? Perez might have been how Wilmer got called up. I'm still on that, by the way. 3 weeks for herniated disc. He's had 7 outings in AAA. He isn't missing his bats, but everything else looks good to go. Either way, he's coming back up. But I got to make a move first. And that move will probably just be Wilmer. Like I said, he's doing fine. He's doing quite well even. But, you know, like you become tied to a guy sometimes when you're up for his injury, unless you can somehow just kind of force the team into something, or if another injury crops up, then you can save your spot. But other than that, it's just hard, where it's like, okay, well, he's back, nothing else has changed, and you gotta go. Let's make sure we need all these guys here. This 20 pitchers is still a lot. Freddie Pacheco, we thought he might be crummy after the injury. Is he just back from... Oh, he is. But his ratings suck. Let's move him up. Let's get a read on him real quick. Can I move this up at all? No. Cool. And then it's going to do that. Yes. Love that for me. Where did I move him up to? 113. Great. I like that it scrolls to the back to the top. So I have to re-find him. I love that. Doesn't bother me at all. Shit, where is he? Is he still at 113? No. There he is. Can you like right click this or something? No. Oh, wow. So the way if you hit the move up, it moves him up one spot and then goes back to the top. That's a nightmare. Did that work? No. Okay. So 64-ish. Sorry, y'all. Wherever that is, that's fine. I moved him up. We'll give him a shot. But once we get this report back, if it doesn't improve, I think we're cutting him. Ricardo Sanchez, I kind of liked him when we got him. Minor league signing a while ago. I think he had better ratings than this. He dropped some stamp. He dropped some movement. I don't know. He's okay for a lefty, but maybe, you know what? We'll send him to AA. He's 28, which is old. But you know what? I got a plan. We're going to do something with that. Mason Englert. Nah. I mean, he's 25, but we're good. Again, at a point, if you just got too many guys, then they're just eating up innings that need to go to other guys. That'll be better used elsewhere. Like Garrett Hill's 29. He's an original Tiger, but he go. All right, that's 17. That's more workable. And we'll see how that goes. Hitters are at 17 as well. Cool. AA, anything going on? Anybody forcing their way up? Manuel Sequeira is just crushing the ball. You know what? He feels great doing what he's doing down in AA at age 22. So let's just... No, we got to kind of move him up, right? Yeah. I mean, come on. You can't make a guy spend 3 years at AA. Especially now that he's clearly kind of mastered it. Move him up to Toledo. So that'll be back up to 18 guys there. That's not the end of the world. We'll go back to AAA, see where they put him. Did he even get in the lineup? No, he did not. Does he have a strong side? Probably against lefties, but been hitting righties more this year. Whatever. He'll get his playing time. That's fine. Okay. Back to the Texas series that we started an hour ago. Game 2. Man, this sim has been so much slower than all my other sims. We lose 1-0. And I don't know what settings I have or if something's going on, but it's too slow. Like, I don't have a bad computer either. So it's kind of surprising. DaCosta, 5 scoreless with 2 hit ball. Nate Pearson gives up the run late. I mean, it's a 1-0 game. You tip your cap on that. Everyone's grinding. Jace, 2 for 4. Josh goes 0 for 3. Let's go, baby. Game 3. Series tied at 1. We get that one 6-5. Torque, 3 for 5. Jace hits a bomb. His 3rd of the year already. His brother goes 2 for 4. Josh goes 2 for 4 with a run and 2 ribs. Respect. Scoobs, nice baseline quality start. Mosqueda smoked again, y'all. Yo, he's got opties. We're going to send him out. We gotta. Oh. I didn't even put Elpidio back in. Bad manager. Thing of it is, you know, Herder's really taking on that lefty stopper role. But I think Elpidio's got to be in the stopper role too. So, do we go double lefties and Pearson just back to middle relief? I think we might. Because Elpidio only loses 5 control against righties. Like, that's not bad. So those will be our 3 high leverage guys. We'll send Mosqueda down. Wilmer coming right back up. Wilmer, I hope he didn't unpack. Or CD-ROM, since we sent down a lefty. How many lefties we got? We got 3 still. We need a righty. Wilmer it is. Right back up. Okay. Put him in middle relief. Everyone else just kind of hanging in middle relief. No big deal. You know what? I'll let Pearson close as a secondary role. Angel Felipe ostensibly can as well. I was trying to take him out of some leverage, but we'll let him close. All right, then we got Adrian Modion to finish out the series here. Can we get the dub? We guaranteed the split. Can we get the dub? All right, a bunch of scouting reports came in. Was one of them Freddie Pacheco's? No. 2 days, though. Okay. Last game at Texas. And I think we got it. Boom, 12-11. Wow. So, wait. We won 6-3 the first game, but then it was 3 one-run games. What a series between these two teams in Texas. Jace stays hot, goes 1 for 4 with 2 runs, 2 ribs, his 4th homer. First inning shot a leadoff bomb off Logan Webb. Brother Josh goes 1 for 5 with a rib, or excuse me, with a run scored. Hey, I think this one goes to Jace though. Let's see. He had hits in all 4 games. So he went 7 for 17 with 2 bombs. Yeah. Oh, come on. He definitely wins this one. Josh had hits in 3 of the 4. He went 4 for 16 with a double. Yeah, easily goes to Jace. Torque pops off again. 3 for 5 with 3 ribs. 3 ribbies for Badu. 2 hits, 3 runs for Parker. Let's go. Everyone had a knock except Bregman, but of course you know he had a walk, so he still got on base. Everyone had a rib except for Watanabe and Bregman, which is kind of unfortunate. 2 of our best guys, but hey, we got the dub. Modion got absolutely cooked, so did Webb. Joey Wentz didn't really stem the tide that much. Neither did Yusei Kikuchi for them. Cole Reagans in this universe did not get traded, but also didn't develop into a stud and is now cooked with an elbow strain for 2 to 3 months. So things have gone horribly different in this universe for him. But we get the nice win there. Oh, we got a ton of expiring personnel that I'm going to have to handle offline because that's going to take forever. This could be our opportunity to kind of rework a bunch of stuff. Now, the one thing is we did just check on the Major League staff, and they love each other. Things are going splendidly there. I did really plan that out. Well, in a way you could say perfectly, but for me, I would say poorly. I don't like when they're all coming due at once. And everyone except for Hinch, O'Donnell, and Jameson at the Major League level is due. So that's tough. Again, that can make for a one-time turnover all at once. But generally, I kind of like it spaced out where, okay, maybe this year we're looking for a pitching coach, 2 years, I'm looking for a hitting coach, then maybe both base coaches. And then we have a lot of minor league personnel too, though, that we can start to look at and see what we want to do if we want to make some changes. We do have a lot of inexperienced guys down here. Again, through my sims, I've learned that doesn't necessarily matter, though. I don't think you need a bunch of experienced guys. If they have the right skills, they should still be developing talent. Maybe I'm just not giving them enough talent. I can look inward. But anyway, I mean, a lot of personnel to deal with, majors and minors. Eyeballing this is like 12, 13 guys. Mid-season goals. Okay, he's mad our batting average isn't higher. Shut up. Man, this sucks because he's got this acquire a power hitter one that if it had been graded last year, Watanabe would have fit the bill perfectly. But now that Watanabe's sucking, it's no good. We're missing a lot of goals. Batting average is up, the winning record, but everything else kind of poop, which is unfortunate. Oh well. Oh well. All right. Top 100. Do we have anybody in the top 10? We do not. But our system is 18th. Oh, it's 19th. Okay, so literally just said, where was that? Manager's office. Literally just said currently 18th. So a new report just came out, brand new. So I go, and it's already different. How? We got Shigoya 22nd. Kayson, that's new. Conrad Kayson, our number 3 overall pick from last year, who's angry right now, probably at the fact that he sucks. Should he be up here? Maybe not. Look, I thought he could hack it up here. It's about to be 19. Jeez. Let's get a scouting report on him, and then we'll decide if I want to push him back down or not. I don't know if that's a good idea. So, and then we also have Manos. And he obviously isn't playing right now because he's in the complex league. But we got 3 guys. And we are sitting 19th. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. I want more. And we have 2 in the second 200, but it's 199 and 200. So, I want if we only got 3 in the top 100, then I want 5 in the next 100. Really want to start developing some damn talent. Hopefully it's coming. All right, let's get to, I think we can get to the draft and then finish up. We're coming up on an hour here, but we'll get to the draft. Seattle, it's 48-35. So this West Coast trip has been big. We took 3 of 4. Now we head out to Seattle, game 1. We'll go out to Seattle. We lose 10-2 in the game 1. Then we'll come home, get an off day, play 3 against Boston, and then it'll be draft day. So the 10-2 loss, Jackson Jobe cooked. Jackson Coar smoked. Logan Gilbert, excellent. Torque did go yard in the 9th. for a little something. Just make sure that we don't go scoreless, I guess. Saturday's game in Seattle. Give me the dub here. 1-0 loss. Enriquez is back, though. We'll put him on rehab. Pacheco's report came in. And, yeah, stamina dropped. I mean, it's not good like we thought. We'll have to pay some money, but, I mean, I'll see if anybody wants him for nothing. But I doubt it. There's no way, right? Oh, wow, something's out there. Eggy Rosario, maybe? I could see that. He's out of options, though. I'd rather just pay the money and cut him. Sorry, Freddie. You got hurt. It sucked. All right. Now we're trying to salvage one in Seattle. A salvage in Seattle. The new Meg Ryan, Tom Hanks movie. Where they've been married for years, but shit ain't working out. Can they save the marriage? Salvage in Seattle. In theaters on Christmas. All right, we're saved. We gotta get a save in here too. 4-0. So we get blitzed. We get swept, and we scored 2 runs in 3 games. 4-0. DaCosta was okay. He pitched fine. We just didn't back him up at all. So it was Gilbert, Kirby, and who was in the middle game there? Luna. Who's this? Carlos Luna. Change-up extraordinaire. Wow. He just got called up recently. He's having a great little run. Okay. With their 2 studs, and boy, they put it on us. That was not good. That was just bad, y'all. There's no way to put it. Just straight up awful. So, all right, well, day off, 3 more games. Boston. Boston is 43-42, and they're in dead last. The AL East, it's always like that, right? Like, so nasty to where you're over 500, but you're in last. All right, so a bunch of these draft guys are not going to be done in time, but we'll get a handful more in here as we go to this series. So just because they're in last doesn't mean it's a walkover. And we'll have to see how it goes. Oh, Corbin Dickerson. I remember him from the Marlins series. He was a stone cold bust. I took him very high. He was rated much higher than this too. And it just never worked. All right. Game 1 at home against Boston. Need a dub here. Lost 3 straight. We get a 4-3 win. A lot of 1-run games lately. Scoobs, solid. Bullpen really shut it down. Riley Green goes yard. And we get the job done. Game 2. Takes forever. And we get a 10-1 win. There we go. We get a little smack. Let's smack them. Jace Jung comes out. Why is he getting pinch hit for Jason delay? The hell? What is that decision? I don't know. That's stupid. But anyway, we cooked them. Odion was great for 5 1/3. Coar and Flores shut it down for 3 2/3. Tyler Molly murked. And game 3, can we sweep them? Game 3 against Boston. Bang, 1-0 dub. Okay, so we basically did to them what Seattle did to us. A couple close wins and a slam job. Jackson Jobe. We threw a no-hitter, and Jackson Jobe came out with 8 2/3 at 115 pitches. Am I missing something? Are they not talking about the no-hitter? Hello? No mention? I know it's a combined one, but, like, it's still cool. Jeez. Anyway, we got a no-hitter. Jerks. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. I mean, yeah, it's much cooler than when a guy does it solo. I'm not saying it's on the same scale at all, but you still got to acknowledge it. Come on. Anyway, I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter. All right, so we take a little 3-game winning streak into the draft. Where's that put us? We are now holding a 3-game lead over the Twins at 49-40. It's a good spot. You saw where the offense and pitching are. Team's looking pretty good right now. 5-4 this month, not great, but love where we're at going into the draft. Pitching still carrying, particularly the starters. We have the first starters ERA, but a lot of 1s, 2s, and 3s here on the pitching side. 7th bullpen ERA. You know I'm not worried about that. Our bullpen skills are pretty good. A lot of 6s and 7s on this side. Walks 10th, strikeouts 15th. Don't love that. Don't love anything about that. So we still need to tighten up some offense. I don't know if the trade block's going to have anything for us. Not really. Not freaking really, y'all. So we'll see. We might have to go out searching for something, or we might just have to roll with what we got. And this is the kind of team makeup that we got, because we don't have a lot of assets to trade anyway. So I think we go with what we got, y'all. The only guys we got that are going to come in free agents, it's just Bregman. And we're not trying to trade an offensive piece anyway, so that's a non-starter. So yeah, I don't really see what sort of moves we're even making. I think we make some internal moves, or maybe make some moves around the fringes. But we are who we are. And right now that's a team that's 9 games over. And we'll see how it goes. I'll do the draft offline, do a recap, and I'll probably be having us right around the deadline, seeing if we're going to do anything. If we don't do anything, we might be into August. Like, I'm not going to, do a focus episode on a deadline where we do nothing. So we'll do draft review and either go through a deadline with some deals, or get into August and September and kind of get down the stretch and see what's what. But thank you all so much for watching. Please hit that like, hit that subscribe, and I'll see you later. Peace.